So recently, as you probably know, I had a boxing match. I was fortunate enough to be the main event for Misfits 006 against Le'Veon Bell, an all-time pro NFL running back. And as you probably also know, I lost. So I'm going to talk about the fight, react to the fight, watch a bit of the fight, and react to some of the call-outs that have come off the back of the fight in this video. So it was on American soil, enemy soil in Louisiana. We actually landed on the Friday, a week before. The place is wild, by the way. It was like Magaluf. Anyway, we got there early to try and acclimatize to everything. It was pretty sick. I was gassed because I've always wanted to fight in America. Now I have. We went on to the open workout, and as always, we didn't really show much, just messed around a little bit. And then there was the press conference, of which I got ripped a lot for my hair. Although, you know what, screw it though, I like the hair. It made me look like a fighter. I thought it's pretty cool. It was also very necessary, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to see, you know. It all kicked off actually a few times in the press conference. I was just chilling though. And then we weighed in. I actually weighed in a pound and a bit under, and I checked on the scales, and I was like, shit, I gotta look like I'm exactly on weight. So I chugged a bottle and a half of Prime to make myself perfectly on weight. And yeah, so we're all on stage, ripped and stuff, and there were just far too many comments about my penis. It was very objectifying, okay? And then it was fight day, and I was actually super chilled for this fight. I was walking into the arena, I was calm prior to going out. My mindset was perfect. You know, I appreciate my coaches and everyone for making sure that I got into a good mindset. I've been reading Stoic philosophy all week just to focus on what I can control. And yeah, we felt really good walking into the ring. I want to say a massive thank you for Ollie, or BMOB. He sorted out my shorts, my shoes, everything. They're sick. Here's a quick clip on that. Excellent boots, purple. Go for that royal theme. Ollie, you're a master. But yeah, he's mad talented. I'll put his link down below. Thank you to him. And then that was it. The fight had finally come. We were in there with a top level athlete. It actually started pretty well. Round one, we had some really good moments. We landed some good shots. I think personally, I took round one. I landed more. I was more active. There's a little bit of a flurry from him at the end, which you'll probably see. However, the majority of those shots landed on my guard. Not really too much came through. I think I won round one. I think a couple judges gave me round one. I think one didn't. I don't know, I don't remember too well because I was pretty concussed by the end. I'm not gonna show or react to the whole fight, just little bits of it. If you wanna watch the whole thing, I'll put a link down below as well, and it's on Zone X Series YouTube channel. And then round two started, and we were just trying to keep up the same game plan again until I think I had a bit of a balance issue and took a shot, and it wasn't counted as a knockdown, but I did go down technically. Again, the balance thing coming back to kill me. Something definitely to work on. And Le'Veon started to put some good shots together there. He was very, very fast and strong. He hits hard. Round two was also the start of the cock shots. I don't know if this was a strategy, but he threw quite a few low blows in the clinch. I mean, to be honest, I'm not gonna try and pretend it would have made a difference. It was just really annoying, and it was actually my fault. I shouldn't have let it affect me, but I kept being like, ref, he's banging me in the balls here. He's busting my balls literally. But the ref didn't really care. He was like, you know what, screw your children. You don't need them anyway. You don't deserve to procreate. So yeah, in round two, Le'Veon definitely started to gain the upper hand. It was actually more competitive than I remember it. Round twos and threes, I thought I got obliterated, but after watching them back, I wouldn't say I got obliterated. Le'Veon definitely landed more, but I still landed some shots of my own. And it was, you know, we kept it relatively competitive, I think. But he was pretty hard to catch clean, I won't lie. Le'Veon had really good head movement. He was slippery. And that made it quite difficult in there. And it was a tight ring. It's legally the smallest ring they can have in pro boxing. That doesn't help my game plan, so I still wasn't doing a good enough job of coming out, keeping it at range, especially as the fight went on and I started to get a little bit more tired. That's just something that I massively need to improve on. I think here, this was when I was getting banged in the balls so much that I was like complaining to the ref. You'll see in a second that I was like shouting ref, and I was just like, was so pissed off with him that I just let myself get hit in the face by being like, what are you doing? So that was very stupid from my point of view, but the ref was just doing nothing. I don't really blame Le'Veon, he was getting away with it. But the ref was just like, you know what, just keep going anyway. I don't actually know what cut my eye open, but this was when it got pretty brutal and just I had a big cut and loads of blood down my face. I actually felt okay, like I didn't really I think I might have been semi-rocked at one point. Apart from that, I was pretty fine throughout the fight. I was never massively hurt, so it's nice to know. I've learned now that it turns out I can take a shot, which is good. It's very, very good to find out. And here, the doctor, I had my eye stitched up, because obviously it was this one, as you see. Boom. Anyway, my coach stitched the eye back up. The doctor came across to look at it and then just opened it again. Just opened it wide open. And I was just kind of like, and then my team flipped to them understandably, and I was just sat there like, well, what is going on? Why would you rip my cut back open? And then round 4 started, and we were taking. I mean, a lot of the shots were landing on the guard. There were definitely some that were coming through, but most shots were landing the guard, which is why it wasn't bothering me too much. And I managed to actually fight back pretty well in round 4. I got sort of that second wind. It's so hard to replicate the fight. I've been sparring 6-7 rounds that were as intense as this, if not more intense, and I've been fine. But just in the second, probably more third round, psychologically, I felt very tired. And I think it's a psychological thing more than actually being tired, because I was able to come back and still be relatively dangerous in the 4th round and catch Le'Veon with a few shots and a few flurries that did sort of back him up and cause him a bit of trouble. So I'm happy that I showed fight and heart just to keep fighting to the end and keep firing back, even just little counter and in. And Le'Veon's definitely still landing more shots, because I wasn't as fresh, and it was just turned into a bit of a slugfest at this point, and that's never good for me. As a rangy fighter, I need to keep it at distance and not just be swinging in the pockets. I was glad, even like 30 seconds to go right here in round 4, we landed 1, 2, 3 pretty clean. The final one didn't quite connect. We fought to the end, and I'm happy for that. I'm still pretty bitterly disappointed with the result. To be honest, Le'Veon was just a better man that day, and there's nothing I can say about that. I'm just going to continue improving. I think it's hard to have excuses. The guy's a beast, but like I said in my tweet, there's just really no shame in losing to someone like that, for me anyway. I had a 3-year layoff. I've only really been boxing for 2 years combined maximum. It's been an intense camp, working, the primary focus on business, then doing this as a side thing, but I still nonetheless trained very fucking hard and got into great shape and improved a lot. And I'm excited in the next fight now to try and showcase more of that, because this was a fucking tough fight, and I still think I can show more. Like, for example, Le'Veon about 7 to 8 months ago, he went 4 competitive rounds with Uriah Hall, who KO'd Anderson Silva 2 years ago. So that's kind of levels, and that's exactly what I told Slim, who he was hating on Twitter, but he almost got knocked out by a DJ, and the levels are just different here. I offered to fight Slim at 175 in 9 months. That's enough time for me to get down there. I know I can get down there. He'd have to come up a little bit, but I'd have to come down a lot. I think the compromise is there, but as always, he talks shit and then goes silent when I offer to fight him every time. Anyway, so I think Ashley Raksu called me out, and Anthony Taylor called me out. So there's some interesting things on the horizon. Right now, I'm in Mexico with my girlfriend. I'm chilling. But I definitely want to be back soon. I wanted to say thank you to Misfits for the opportunity and the zone. Thank you to all my coaching team, First Base, John, Richard, the guys at TKO, everyone that supported me through this camp. You guys are fucking sick, and I really appreciate it. And most of all, thank you to everyone watching this and all the people that support my fights. You guys are the real ones. I'll be back very soon in the ring. Maybe I'll make some more YouTube videos. This is probably a weird experience. It is for me anyway. But anyway, I thought I'd just make a video, talk about the fight. My face is actually healed up pretty well. Just looks like I got some dodgy eyeliner on, but it's okay. Anyway, peace.